Before I close for the night, let me also, intimate you about one very interesting development that is happening concerning this Iran versus America war. But this time around, the center of attraction where it's happening is actually in China. You're like, what's supposed to be the business of China? They've done what they have done for Iraq and for Iran, and they are, distant bystander. It is not their business. They are just businessmen of the world. They are doing more than business. You see, China is notorious for essentially manufacturing the largest cohort of STEM graduates in the world. Let me give you the numbers. China pops out. China manufactures as many as 4 million STEM graduates, highly trained, fantastically educated STEM graduates, 4 million of them, every year. Now, 1.3 million of those 4 million are engineers. In China, China churns out 1.3 million highly trained engineers every year from the universities, while the United States of America only churns out 130,000. And look at that context. 1.3 million to 130,000 times 10 of what the US produces is what China produces. And guess what? Since this war started, there has been all those guys, a lot of those engineer guys. Do you know what they did? They went on social media, on Chinese social media, and they started doing this is open source, citizen level, no funding, no support, no states, no state sponsoring, just ordinary individuals, ordinary Chinese boys and girls on the streets who are fantastically educated from some of the top-notch universities. They went on Chinese social media and they started doing essentially sleuthing and splicing. What were they doing? They were picking American weapon systems, aerial systems, fighter jets, stratotankers, all sorts of gears, drones, and all, and they were doing schematics of them. And on social media, on Chinese social media, they were essentially doing, tutorials, teaching Iranians tutorials about the weak points of those American weapon systems and how to take them down. Stuff like people do on YouTube, exactly. That was what they were doing on the Chinese social media. To make it even easier for the Iranians to consume some of this content. Do you know what they did? They subtitled those videos, those Chinese enunciated videos, they subtitled them in Persian so that the Iranians can relate easily. There is this particular guy, I've forgotten his social media name, it didn't stick in my head. You know what he did? He did a video explaining to the Iranians, subtitling in a Persian, the weak points, so to say, of the F-35 fighter jet, which is currently the apogee, of American aerial superiority.